I'm 4 years out working pretty much as a contractor basis, just wanting to sort of be able to earn more. Right now, my main thing is pretty much the inconsistency in caseload with the clinical stuff. Right now, retention wise, I don't really have a huge issue with. So on average, after an initial consultation, I would probably review a patient for a minimum of 3 or 4 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So rebooking, it's not as hard,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more the income itself. So
Mm.
right now I'm doing a mix of clinic and home physio. Do you have a physio background yourself or?
Yeah, I was a physio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. So I do sort of home visit physio. Um, that pays well.
Uh,
Income wise is a lot better than clinic
yeah.
percent. Like when I say about dollar per hour,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I do more work in the clinic because that's where that's the kind of work I enjoy. So I've recently, maybe in the last year or two, I've really niched down into shoulder, elbow rehab.
Mm-hmm.
What I've done so far with sort of that sort of thing is reached out to surgeons. So literally just today, I had a surgeon come into the clinic to give us a bit of a talk, establish some sort of relationship with them, pretty much tell them who we are.
Mm-hmm.
My goal for pretty much the next 6 months is because I'm a contractor, I can technically run my business out of this place. Um, I'm hoping to sort of build a website, sort of like a landing page situation, um, similar to what Jono is doing. I was one of his client in the past, so that's
Oh,
how
wait,
I know.
like, as in, like,
Yeah, Jono.
you were treated
Yeah,
by him? You were treated by him?
no, no. He was a when he first started, he didn't push the physio side too hard. He was more doing like gym coaching
Oh,
situation,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
online. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was a client of his.
Oh, okay.
So I've been able to sort of every now and then I would sort of pick his brain about like things like um I feel kind of weird about asking for Google reviews after I treat a patient. And he said it actually helps with your business, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the main thing. Do you think I have the capacity to grow to, reasonable income, like 50 plus, something like that?
Do you set your own rates?
Yes.
Going back to your question about the capacity, so look, I'm hearing something from you, and you just correct me if I'm wrong, but are you a little bit uncomfortable with talking about money?
I think I'm starting to get better at it in the sense that when I first started working, charging high prices is just not something I thought of.
Well, that's the first thing, to be comfortable talking about
Yep.
your pricing structure. And
Yep.
so your question was, do you have the capacity to earn something like 150? Yeah. I'm getting a pretty good picture. So let's just say you hold yourself at 90% utilization, you'll be roughly pulling about 7.7 to 8K. So the short answer is yes. You can definitely take home 15K per month. That's the short answer. The long answer though is it is going to take time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I wouldn't tell you you can anyway. Like it just doesn't happen. And if I did, I'd be trying to scam you. I can probably tell you the shortest way to get there, but it's still going to
Mm.
take you a bit of time. So the first one is because you're at 70 to 80% utilization, I would say if you were to just to focus on getting to 90%, and the way I would do that is actually by seeing your PVA. So you're at roughly 3 to 4 sessions per client. Obviously, don't force it for ethics reasons. You basically want to be at six, and that's more to do with how well thought out your clinical pathways are
Yeah.
and whether you can actually justify it to the person in front of you. And then number two, once you hit that 90% utilization, you have to bump up your prices. So if you were to go to say 160, 140, for example, you would probably get there. So let's just say
Yeah.
you do 50 and your average consult price, if you raise your prices, becomes 150, and that will comfortably get you to 150 per year.
If you were in my shoe, would you bump it up to 150 and 140, something like that?
Nah, I just go straight higher because
Yeah.
because what you don't want to do is keep bumping like a little bit every time. Don't try and play the whole, oh, we'll go a little bit, because you only have every year to raise it once, or if you raise it like once every 2 years. So if you're gonna raise it, raise it.
So you would go straight to 160?
Are you comfortable with that?
Not really.
Okay. So I'll tell you why you're not comfortable. Most of the time, you're not comfortable because you don't feel like you have demonstrated the value to give that yet. The,
Yep.
the way you actually get around it is to get your patients to buy into you before they even book in. The way I want you to think about it is you're 150, Jono is 180. They're going to choose between the two. And let's just say you guys are in the same location. Do you think for a $30 difference, they'd rather pick the guy who has a lot of content out that they've consumed that has helped them, or somebody with no public persona. It's a $30 difference. Which one would you rather pick?
The guy that people know.
Exactly. So that's why for yourself, the long game, if you want to just make it as a private practice at where you are, creating your digital presence and then learning how to nurture people in your DMs, in your messages, so that when they do book in, they've already bought into you and they're not too worried about the pricing.
In terms of social media, would you face versus faceless content?
Yeah, because people come in and see you.
And then with the obviously the content game, is it sort of almost expected that you post very regularly or?
No, I'm the laziest person there is when it comes to posting content. I don't really look at content as something that you should be doing all the time. What matters with your content is whether it's valuable. What insight are you offering the person who you're creating that for? Which means all your content should be focused on shoulders. The game for you is to figure out which kind of content pops and how to use your own money to make that content pop even more.
Yeah, I guess the hard part is being able to provide the insight, right?
Yeah. So that's where the creativity in content comes into it. Forcing something with your content, you're just gonna hate it. Like that's me. I don't force my content. I just look at, okay, what do people find useful? And I create that. It might not look the best, but if it's got the right insight, it's gonna reach the right people. That's probably what I'd say for you. Number one, increase your PVA where ethical. Number two, build your digital presence. Three, once you hit about 90% utilization, you are getting a lot of DMs in your inbox asking you for help and you're able to book patients in through your DMs.
Yeah.
That's when you raise your prices.
Yeah.
Because you've demonstrated that you are providing value. So strategically, that's what I'd recommend.
Gotcha.